Our top story at 10 o'clock, storm aftermath. Hail and heavy rains pummel parts of our area. Deja vu at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo tonight. Car windows completely blasted out. Good evening, I'm Heather Skoll.
And I'm Bart Bedsole. Thanks for making us your choice for news at 10 o'clock. More on that hail near Cheyenne Mountain in a moment, but we start with more flash flooding insecurity. Widefield, quite a few cars stalled in high water on city streets.
And thankfully, much of the water has receded since then, but it was enough to cause panic for several families we spoke with. KRDO News Channel 13's Lauren Barnes is live in security tonight. Lauren, how are the roads right now?
Well, Heather, they are doing just fine. Believe it or not, this is the same intersection we were at just a couple hours ago, where we all watched cars struggle to make it to the other light. As you can see, cars are traveling just fine. Any water that was pooling up in the center of the road or in the turn lanes has since subsided. Even so, tonight's storm was strong enough to leave quite the impression on drivers passing through. Dozens of cars pulled over for shelter at gas stations and security as hail pelted their windshields.
As you can see and hear, Security Colorado is getting pounded.
It's not worth it, not at all.
No. Though it was the hail that caused them to pull over, flash flooding would keep them there for hours.
We've been here maybe a little over an hour.
2 hours. Most people were anxious to get out of the storm.
Oh man, it's pretty scary stuff. Good thing we found this overhang.
Before you know it, we had hail. We're underneath the tarp here, so it was a kind of a crazy experience, but I think we're going to be okay.
Inevitably, others tested their luck with Mother Nature. Like this man caught on camera fishing for misfortune on Chamayo Drive, catching attention from onlookers. One driver didn't make it through the intersection of Main and Security, water rushing above their wheels. It was later towed. Even as flash flooding seemingly subsided, some residential areas weren't yet safe to return to.
My mom said that her streets are flooded and we can't get back there.
Some of the neighbors we spoke to tonight say anytime it rains like this, their road floods. Despite city and county efforts to get these flooded roads under control, the flooding persists. Live in security tonight, Lauren Barnes, KRDO News Channel 13.
Sure does. That intersection of Main Street and Security Boulevard, always a problem spot.
Slow to drain every time.
Yeah. Well, back in Colorado Springs, we did see some flooding in the streets, but it was the hail that created the most damage.
The Broadmoor area was the hardest hit spot today with tennis ball sized hail. It even damaged one of our own news vehicles during our nonstop storm coverage earlier today. News Channel 13's Chase Golightly was reporting live during the event and has more on the damage tonight.
That's right. This was the damage done to our car today as we were driving around the Broadmoor area. You can see these two little cracks on our windshield, but fortunately, everything stayed intact. But for those visiting the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo today, they weren't so lucky. Multiple cars parked at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo had their back windows shattered by Wednesday's hailstorm. Their front windshields also cracked when hail the size of golf balls and larger came pelting down. This video sent to us from someone inside the zoo as the storm moved through. You can see this emu trying to get to cover. The Broadmoor Hotel also seeing large hail coming down.
There's a hailstorm, and it's crushing the car.
This father and son waiting in their car for it to pass as their roof gets bombarded.
We are not driving anywhere right now.
Other drivers doing the exact same thing, parking under Highway 115 to avoid the chaos. Surrounding neighborhoods also caught in the middle. This homeowner was prepared, putting this hail shield on her car. She says while the storm wasn't as bad as the one in 2018 that sent multiple people to the hospital and damaged far more cars at the zoo, she says this one seemed to last longer.
This one went on for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot longer, I think.
Creating more of a headache, but less damage. As for exactly how many cars were damaged at the zoo today, we don't have that number, but we'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more. Reporting in Colorado Springs, Chase Golightly, KRDO News Channel 13.